Hey everybody, welcome back to the cozy corner of Orange Hat Reviews. Tonight I'm going to be discussing a couple different things. One thing is my thoughts on Endgame after I just read a few things, and the whole Brie Larson thing. Yeah. Um, as you know, or rather, don't know because I haven't really uploaded much about Brie Larson. Um, I didn't like Captain Marvel. I thought it sucked as a movie, objectively and subjectively. I thought that she made very controversial statements. I thought that she basically is very sexist and borders on racist in some of her statements. Um, and there's also the whole thing about her. A couple weeks ago, people, when the first real trailer of Endgame came out, it showed Captain Marvel wearing makeup, and people flipped their crap. I'm not going to swear as much on my videos anymore. I'm going to try to keep them more PG-13. But anyway, people were blaming the Russo brothers, the directors of Endgame, for her having makeup on and whatnot. And so I then came across this article from Talkies Network. The Russo brothers explain Captain Marvel's new look in Avengers Endgame. And it shows the picture of her with the makeup and the lipstick on and whatnot. And basically, I'm just going to read what the Russos said. This was Brie's first time playing the character, Joe Russo said. She filmed Avengers Endgame before she filmed Captain Marvel. And I think she was experimenting with what the character was. And those were the choices that she and her hair and makeup team had made. So, Joe Russo then added that after filming Endgame, Larson became more confident with the character. I think that as she started to gain a deeper understanding of the character, especially as she approached her own movie, she started to make a different choice, and as an artist, she should be afforded that right to make whatever choice she wants to make. Oh, excuse me. Larson then jumped in to confirm that her scenes in Endgame came well before she performed in her standalone movie. This is important, and I'll get into this in a little bit. Even though that was released first. This film will always be personally dear to me because it's my first time playing Captain Marvel. Larson said, I had to stumble and try to figure out who the character was with no script for this, and no script for Captain Marvel either. Then perform for the first time in front of legends. So there you have it. It was Larson who decided that Carol would look the way she does in Endgame, and, well, as now she looked in her solo film. She was still testing the water, seeing what worked and what didn't. This will hopefully calm those who accuse Captain Marvel of screwing with the character's appearance, or accuse Marvel of screwing with the character's appearance. And so, yeah, basically, they're right. Captain Marvel, um, her look is not the Russo's fault. And so the SJWs and whatnot, they can take a flying leap. They can blame the one person that they are all so keen to protect, and that's Brie Larson. So yeah, I'm gonna close out this right now because that's all I need of my laptop. So yeah, there's that. And now we're gonna get on to other things. There's this guy, he's a writer for Star Wars or something. His name was Bryan Young. He started doxing people or Star Wars fans because they disagreed with him. And for what those of you who don't know what doxing is basically the release of private and personal information online with malicious intent, basically for people to use that to harass those who have been doxed. Now, this guy, Bryan Young, if you go to his Twitter handle, which is the @ and whatever they put, is literally Swank Motron. I think that is hilarious. And because I'm also part of a community on uh, Twitter and YouTube, I know I just started out on YouTube, but still, I consider myself a newcomer to the community of the Fandom Menace. We all basically decided to call this guy out in our own different ways. My way was basically to ask him one or two questions. And because Swank Motron, it just got me suddenly thinking, does this guy have an obsession with Hillary Swank? Because if he does, it's kind of an unhealthy one. And so I decided to jump on Twitter. I admit no shame to this. And I asked him that. Do you have an unhealthy obsession with Hillary Swank, Mr. Swank Motron? Because if you do, you might want to look into getting help for that. So, a few days later, he blocks me. I have no shame, and I have no problem of him blocking me. It's whatever. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the guy was part of the group that killed Star Wars. So yeah, there's that. And everybody who is also part of the Phantom Menace, well, most of them are going over to Star Wars Celebration. I can't make that. I can't afford it. So, nah. As for a couple other things I wanted to review and whatnot, let's see here. What was the other things that I wanted to discuss? There was a couple other things, but, mainly it was the Captain Marvel thing and the Bryan Young thing. As I can't really remember what they were, I'll basically go back to a little bit on the Captain Marvel thing. People were brutally going after the Russos for this, and it's really, really bad that they do. I mean, they're SJWs. They're gonna find something to be offended about, and they're gonna defend Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel is basically Captain SJW. But yeah. So basically, I went to all the people from another article that basically showed all the outraged people blaming men, blaming the execs, blaming the Russos, and I told them, and I forwarded them the link of the article that I just read from, and I said, here's proof that the article, or that her choice of makeup was her own and not the Russos. Now, actually, this does bring me back to another thing. Most of the Phantom Menace, I don't know if they know this or not, but she did film Endgame before she filmed Captain Marvel. So this does give me a little bit of hope. This does give me a little bit of hope, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, if she had just filmed, or if she had filmed Captain Marvel before Endgame, then yeah, I would definitely be worried about Endgame and her spoiling the shit out of it being Captain SJW. Now, a little bit of hope, like I said, because she might still do it. But if she, as an actress, is still trying to find her character, that means that she is still, or that she may not be the cocky, well, to put it nicely, B word that most of the others think she is. And yes, I do think she is still too. I don't like Brie Larson. I just don't. She has proven to be a very toxic person. But yes, seeing how she has filmed Endgame before Captain Marvel, I think that it will show her as less of the cocky fool that she was when she portrayed Captain Marvel in her solo movie, and hopefully she will be more level-headed and whatnot. Because, remember, the difference between Captain Marvel and Endgame is a 20-year period. So, that being said, I am also a little bit afraid of the path that they're going to be taking after Endgame. Because, yes, if she is not the raging SJW in Endgame, but she is in Captain Marvel, and then she goes back to being an SJW in Phase 4, which a lot of people are calling Phase Woke, because that seems to be the path that Marvel is taking. But if she does go to the whole feminism crap again, it's going to really unbalance fans. It's going to unbalance her character as well. Because all of a sudden... that's weird. Looks like a helicopter's outside. Sorry for getting distracted. But yeah, it's going to throw off her character's balance. It's going to throw off a lot of people. They're going to be thinking, well, she was cocky and all that here, then she's not here, but then she is here later on. What's with her character? Is she schizophrenic? That's basically the worry that a lot of people should have. Now, I'm not going to be paying much attention to Phase 4. I know that they got the Black Widow movie and Doctor Strange 2 and Far From Home. Those are the only 3 confirmed movies for Phase 4, and I'm excited for all 3. I want to see how Peter Parker deals with being snapped out of existence and how he goes on living after basically dying. Because, well, they kind of spoiled it. Everybody's not dead. But, yeah. I would like to see where they go with this. And if Marvel does go woke, it was a good run. I think that the Infinity Saga was the best one, minus Captain Marvel. And I think that they need to seriously go back to thinking what's best and what all fans want, not just the norms or the popcorn fans, as I call them. I call them popcorn fans, not the normies or whatever that are used by some of the other guys like Odin's Movie Blog, Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy, and others. They know their stuff, and yes, they've been at this a lot longer than I have. I've just gotten onto YouTube, so I'm just catching up, basically. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this. If you guys want to give Geeks and Gamers a subscribe, they're a very good channel. They call out people who do stupid things all the time. So Odin's Movie Blog, he knows a lot about the box office. The guy's very knowledgeable on box office things. He used to work in a theater. He's a very cool guy. I go on to his live streams often. I actually pledged on his Patreon. He's a good dude. Jessie Milestone, she's a great YouTuber as well. Her channel is Mindless Entertainment. Who else? We got Anna, that Star Wars girl. That's the name of her channel, That Star Wars Girl. She's energetic. I like her channel. I really do. She's very energetic and whatnot. So yeah, give those guys... Oh, also Josiah Rises. Check out that channel. He's part of the Geeks and Gamers crew as well. They're all known as the Fandom Menace. And I think that they do great work. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, share, comment, all that lovely stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. For now, have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.